Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at SPY today on the 6th of January, and exactly how you could have traded it today intraday using my style. All right, so we're just going to quickly get into it, not waste any time. But if you do find value in these videos, don't forget, it really helps if you do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I think that I provide a lot of trading value for you guys, and that helps me as well. But anyways, let's get started. All right, so if you guys know my system, and if you aren't familiar with my system, you want to know more, make sure to join the Discord in the description. We talk more about that in there. But let's just start off with the very basics. All right, let's just start off with the pre-market, because that's what I do. That's part of my routine. I chart my support and resistance lines in pre-market. So starting off with pre-market, we have some lines right here below. All right, I'm going to let you look at that. We have support, some support, resistance right here. We have resistance, and then 3 resistances right here. Quite a few levels right here. We never managed to get down to these levels because we kind of had to move down, and then right up we went about $10 today. Had a massive move up. Not a lot of entries using my style on that way up, so you did have to be patient to get the good entries today. All right, and that's the reason I call my strategy the patient pot shot. If you don't have the patience to take your entries, you're going to get into too many entries and not take the ones you should be taking. All right, so right off the bat, we open up, all right, and we bounce off this support level, and we kind of make this massive move up. All right, so here I'd like to show you guys an awesome put entry if you're playing my flag plays. My flag plays are usually not part of my A+ setups. However, they're there, and if you do choose to incorporate them, you can. The reason they're not considered A+ at this point in my trading career is because I don't have as much expertise on them. I have much more expertise on my patient pot shot setup. I don't have as much expertise on this one because I haven't been using it for long enough. All right, I'm very open with you guys. But the way it works is we have this resistance right here, been rejected twice. 2 major direction changes right here. It's not right here, it's right here. Why is it right here? 2 main direction changes, only 1 right here. This is the main level. So this level will probably be respected more right here. Now this level was originally blue because it was a pre-market level. I just made it red because, it then later changed to red during the day. But, we can leave it blue because you originally charted it here, but yeah. So we make this move up, all right? You see that we're rejecting that resistance. You have this flag right here. The flag breaks. You take your put entry. Very simple, all right? We start coming down. Now, why anywhere here are you not taking calls off this resistance? You're not taking calls off this resistance, first of all, because that's the first candle. There is 1 candle. I don't take 1 candle pullbacks. Number 1. All right. Number 2, I was not watching this live, but I would assume that this candle, if you're looking to take calls, for example, off this level, came crashing down with a massive speed. If that wasn't the case, you can let me know in the comments below. But I wasn't watching this exact candle live. But I'm pretty sure usually candles with this size usually come crashing right down. And when they were at this level, they were not seeing any resistance. You want to see the candle try to wick off that level a little bit, then enter. If we're absolutely flushing down your level, you have to wait. All right, we move down, we break this low. What am I looking? Can we see this break? Can we see a retest? Never happens. I'm not taking puts. Very simple. We do break below. However, we do come up to this support level right here that we created in pre-market. And this right here was an okay put entry. All right, volume right here was, if you open up right here, the volume on this candle was 272K. Volume on this candle was 281K. More volume on this candle down, probably would have taken this entry, and probably, and if I would have taken it, I would have definitely gone stopped out on either this candle close right here. Worst case scenario, I would have gone stopped out right here. All right. Very simple. Small loss. Massive win, small loss. Today was a tough day. There were more lotto entries, and, it was a hard move up. All right. But I think it was, there were opportunities today. This trade right here, I would have taken this trade. I thought this was a very clear trade. clear resistance, nothing in between, all right, and that flag. Clear entry right here as well, didn't take it, and if you took this, should have got stopped out, all right. So we start moving up right here. Now, why am I not taking puts off that level? All right, first of all, we're in an uptrend at this point. I'm not taking puts. We're already breaking this high. I'm already looking at the retest for calls at this point, all right. We never got the retest close enough to our resistance. I would have never entered calls. This right here is the next entry that I see. We have this clear trend line with 2 levels of bounces right here, 1 bounce right here, 2 bounce right here, and on the third one, paired up with that resistance level, you could have taken a lotto call entry. Why is this a lotto trade, you ask? Because of this pattern that whenever I see this, I take lotto entries, or sometimes I don't take it at all. If there would be no trend line here, I would not have taken this trade. The reason that is because this pattern I don't like. When we have this, we create a resistance, or the opposite for the downside, all right? Then we try to move higher right here, but we failed to move much higher than these massive wicks right here. Then we got sold right back down. This indicates to me we tried to move lower, but no, sellers stopped that as these wicks, and we're coming down. All right, so when that happens, I usually don't like to take it, but because of this trend line, I did. Now, if you originally had a trend line like this, you need to understand that we created a new support or relative support right here, so you need to adjust your trend line to that and look at the most recent 2 points. Those are the 2 most recent, so that's a good entry. All right. Yeah. So then when we start moving up, this one candle pullback to that support, that resistance, I don't take any of that stuff. But we do have this flag right here. We have this support level at 382.59, all right, at that resistance. All right, you could even move it up to that, all right. Then we come down, we bounce off that support, and the most important thing is this support has nothing in between. Price doesn't move through that before getting to that level, all right? So that makes this a valid bounce. We bounce off that support, clear support. Then we break that flag. You could have entered calls right there. All right, we start moving up. No pullbacks right here. Nothing is happening right here. Absolutely nothing, all right? This right here, this move, right? All right, we have this resistance right here. This candle never really gets close enough to that level. All right. This right here probably wouldn't take it because of the slow price action. It's too choppy, too in a range. But if you did take this, this would have been another lotto call entry. All right. It was tough to catch this move during this whole chop. You did have to be patient and wait for those specific better entries. All right. Now right here, all right, we move up, we come down, we create this support. Now, would I take calls at this break? No, I'm not going to take calls at this break because we have no clear support level. The only support we see right here was right here. That was invalidated by this move. All right. This right here, we have a clear support and then another clear bounce. Then you have that flag. We break that flag. You take your call entry. All right. So if you did take calls right here at that break, you would have a scale, a price target to this resistance, because this resistance is the most valid resistance. It has had a change of direction. Think of it like this. You move up, and we have this change right here, and we move down. Move up, change of direction, move down. All right? So that's where you would want to scale. We move up, nothing really going on here, not looking to catch all these little resistances during a chop. I would be patient if I was trading this, all right? I was not able to trade today because I was in school again, but if I was trading this, I would not have played this chop. We break above this resistance. I would have looked to see if we can come down, retest this level, all right? Now, personally, I would not have taken this trade if you were thinking about this trade. The reason I would not have is we were already in a pretty substantial downtrend at this point, all right? We were making, move high, down, high, and then down. I was not really looking to participate in an up move on this downtrend, all right? Especially because of this chop right here. You know, this chop right here signaled to me price action is slow. Price action may chop around, and I'm not looking to get into a call entry right here. However, this trade right here, perfect entry. We're in a downtrend. We have a trend line. We have a massive support level. Massive support level. All right. Now, why do I not put this line right here? Why do I put it on these bodies? Because these bodies, we'd had 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies right before the move down, finding support. All right. Then we had a ton of wicks. This right here below only really had that and then that wick. All right. Simple as that. Look at where we had the most bounces or rejections. We break down, we come up, we test this trend line, we test that support level for a put entry to the downside. All right. This candle right here had 71K of volume. The candle that pushed us down had 80K, or if you were looking at that one, 108K. Both of these candles, whichever one you were looking at, had more volume than the pullback candle. We come down, we come back up to this support level. All right. We break, we retest. This candle, 77K volume. This candle, 87K. Very simple. Take your put entry, write it down. All right. Now this trade right here, another pretty nice trade. All right. We have a clear support level. 1, 2. On the third one, we bounce off it. We have nothing in between here. Absolutely nothing. All right. That's important. This level right here has a clear support. All right. So we bounce off that level. We have that flag, that trend line, whatever you want to call it. We break that trend line on this candle right here. I would have taken calls. All right. And then you could have played it up to that resistance and probably scaled out a big portion of your position. All right. You could have also taken calls right here after we're already in this uptrend. All right. At that resistance level, turning into support. Okay. We start moving up. All right, no good trades right here. This one candle pullback to that resistance, I'm not taking that. Again, that I find that one candle pullbacks fail more often. All right, another pretty nice flag play right here. We have a support. We have this flag right here, this support right here. There's nothing in between right here. One right here, one right there. We break above that for a move up. All right, very clear. All right, just because we have a trend line flag right here and we break it, that's not a good entry because we have no clear support there. All right, we break above, we make this move up. You know, I would not have taken this trade right here because we never came down close enough to this level. All right, kind of a slow move up. There were some small trend lines here you could have played for quick scalps. I don't want to discuss every one of these. They were very quick scalps and they're pretty straightforward. You know, you could have been, of course, taking like little, you know, trend line plays like these two rejections, take calls right here. You could have been doing that. But, you know, I'm not going to go through every little trend line I see because there's just too many of those and it's straightforward. Don't try to force a trade that's not there. If you have a trend line, no matter how small it is, with at least 2 vivid, clear rejections or bounces, you can take an entry with a tight stop at the break of the trend line. You can do that all the time. It's really as simple as that. The problem is when people chart those trend lines and they don't cut their losses when the price breaks those trend lines. That's the problem. It's not that they're using trend lines, it's that they can't cut their losses when you break those trend lines. So, yeah, right here, nothing much. We did have this resistance level sort of right here. We broke above it. You know, an okay call entry right here for a quick scalp. All right. But overall, nothing too great over here. This kind of pullback came to nowhere. Nothing really happened. We did have this little trend line I wanted to mention. All right. Pretty nice trade right here at this resistance, turning into support. All right. This candle right here had 274K volume. This candle that led us back had, let me see, so this had 274. This candle, if you did enter off this one, was 154. I would have entered off this one. This candle didn't come close enough to that level. If I entered off of this level, it would have been 230K volume. You know, it was a quick move down and a little bounce off it. When you see the wick kind of bouncing off your level, that's an indication to you that your trade is more likely to go in your direction. All right, move up. All right. This right here, another, you could call it a flag play right here for puts, or you could call it a two-way street play. All right. So, you know, we have this clear trend line. We break it, we come up, we retest it. You could have entered puts on this candle with a stop loss at a close above that resistance. If I was playing the two-way street right here, I would have gone stopped out on this trade. If I was playing a flag play on this, where we have that clear resistance level, and when we break that flag, you take puts, I would have not gone stopped out. All right, so just wanted to mention that right there. All right, so, you know, if you took the flag play, would have been a green play. If you did take the the two-way street play, it would have been a red play. All right. So we start moving down right here. Nothing really going on right here. You know, this kind of pullback to this resistance could have taken. So there's a lot of really small scalps you could have been taking. But, you know, overall, I wanted to mention the bigger moves today that I saw. All right. The reason people went red today, and the people that did go red today, are the people that did not have patience. They are the people that try to play, you know, all these little chops. If you see that the market is not going anywhere, if you see we're in a range, you should be not thinking about playing the patient potshot strategy. The patient potshot strategy is for a good trend. When we have a good move, when you have this little resistance right here and you want to take every little bounce off it, all right, or this, you know, support, and you're trying to time every little one between this little small range, don't do that. If you do see we're in a range, play a simple flag play. You have a clear support, all right? We break the flag for confirmation, you take your entry. If there is no good flag plays, you sit on your hands and you do not take an entry, all right? So that kind of covers the day for me. You know, the market actually just closed. It just hit 4 o'clock, all right, Eastern Standard Time, and we kind of closed with these massive wicks right here. But that kind of recaps the day. If you did enjoy this, if you found any value, I would appreciate if you, again, smash a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on your notifications if you haven't already so that you get an update when I post my recaps, and also the mentorship guide, which will have you know, a good number of parts going through my entire system. That, you know, will have everything. All right. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.